Hana Farouqi, welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you
Good.
for having me, Tim.
It's great to have you in. You told me you were a sleep consultant.
Yes.
Really?
For kids,
Okay.
to make that clear, because I get a lot of adults calling me. They're like, we can't sleep. I'm like, I can't help you. I do it only for children between 4 months to 6 years old.
There's got to be some similar psychology in there somewhere. I would think actually the sleep problems for adults would start in childhood. Is that not
I think
correct?
it's a skill. So it's like riding a bike, learning how to ride. It's a skill that you learn at a young stage, at a young age. But as you get older, though, it just becomes, it's the habit and it's genetics. You either have good genetics or you just don't.
I think there'd be a market for it. I heard the average sleep time for Jordanians is about 6 hours a night.
I think it's less.
Is it?
I think so. Everyone looks so tired all the time.
Tell me about it. And especially now with everything that's going on.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
insane.
are, where are you from originally in Palestine?
So my dad is from Ramle, a city
Okay.
called Ramle, and my mom, she's from Nablus,
Okay.
the knafe place.
Right, yeah. And a lot of people from Nablus ended up over in Salt, in Jordan,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. That's absolutely correct.
So do you have family in Salt as well?
Not my mom's side.
Okay.
Some of them are still in Nablus. They still live there from my mom's
okay.
side. Yeah. Some of them are still there. But you're right. A lot of prominent families in Jordan moved to Salt a long, long time ago.
Right.
That's so true.
Well, with your history, and obviously with everything that's going on, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but you're involved in an event right now
Yes.
called Cycling for Gaza.
Cycling for Gaza, and the theme is Cycle to Return. So hopefully we're going to start in San Sebastian, in north of Spain, and we're making a route and it goes in a full circle. So we start in San Sebastian, going back to San Sebastian to symbolize the right of return for the
Okay.
Palestinians.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a total of 360 kilometers.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Every time I think of it, I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I going to pull it? How am I going to pull it off? But hopefully with the training that we're doing, it's going to help us pull through. I mean,
Yeah.
we can only hope and try our best.
You've not done a bike ride like this before?
Well, never in my 43 years have I been on a bike for more than 5 minutes.
What?
Yeah. No, like I'm not even I don't even own a bicycle at home, you know?
What about classes at the gym or training?
I mean, sometimes I did spinning for like cardio purposes.
Right.
But that was like, I used to hate it.
Yeah.
But now when there's a cause and there's a reason behind it,
Uh-huh.
I became addicted to it, actually.
So you've been doing training runs, I would assume, around Jordan, right?
Yeah, it's only around here. We've been training 3 times a week with a group of people who are going with us to Spain.
Right.
And every time the training keeps on getting harder and longer. And this Friday, none of us is looking forward to this Friday's.
Oh, tell me about it.
Oh my God, it's horrible. So it's in the book,
Uh-huh.
but it's all hills. So there's like 3-4 hills,
Okay.
and we're doing it twice.
Okay. And how many kilometers total is that?
It's going to be around 75 kilometers of hills of like 0 breaks.
Right.
So we're supposed to do it continuously to see where we reach. So basically they're going to say, okay, let's see who dies first.
That's Jordan. That's Amman in particular, a lot of hills. you know?
So many hills, and you don't appreciate it, and you didn't even notice them before because you're in a car.
Right.
And I'm like, man, that's a hill, that was all hills.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the beauty of Amman, but not so beautiful for cyclists.
So Cycling for Gaza then is a total of 360 kilometers. This year it's in Spain.
Yeah.
And I assume it's been done in different countries.
Yeah, last year it was in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And the year before, I'm not sure, but it's been going on for years.
Right.
But now it's obviously
It's picked up, hasn't
it's
it?
picked up.
Yeah.
It's picked up with what's going on since obviously October
7th.
7th.
Yeah.
There's 100 participants. Like now it's much, much bigger, you know?
So how do people donate or how do they get involved? What's the idea
So-
behind it?
The idea behind it is if you support a cyclist that's participating and registered for the event, you can go to cyclingforgaza.com and then you see the names of the participants
Right.
and you can donate through their page. And you should choose me, Hana Farouqi, and donate through my page.
Absolutely. Let's support our Jordanians.
Thank you.
There's a few other people from Jordan that are doing this. as well, right?
Yeah. There's around 20 of us from Jordan going to...
20?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a big
okay.
number.
Okay.
There's fathers and daughters and cousins. Like it's a big group of people going from here. It's so inspiring, actually. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, because you hear all the time too. People always ask us, "What can we do to help?"
Yeah,
In Jordan. I mean, we're so close,
we're so close.
and
I
sometimes
know.
you feel so helpless. I do. I mean,
We all do.
I share a
Yeah.
million stories every day, but it's like
And then
I
what?
want to do more.
Yeah, absolutely. We all feel the same. We really, really all feel the same.
Before October the 7th, of
Yeah.
course, this has been going on for decades.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where you almost, I mean, even trauma and pain, whatever kind of trauma and pain we have,
Yeah.
you can almost get desensitized to what's happening
Yeah,
in life.
it's true.
And it's like, how did it hit you after October the 7th, 23, as compared to before? What was it? Extremely
So-
traumatic? Were you paralyzed? How did you feel?
Well, at first, I felt it was kind of expected after living under an occupation. So I knew something's gonna happen. Obviously, I didn't expect it to be at this magnitude.
Right.
And I didn't expect the response to be I mean, they always respond back with bombings and killings, but I didn't think it was going to be 3 years later, after that. So I was expecting that. Everyone expecting some kind of resistance. But the response, obviously, I think, because the agenda is different this time, where I think it's more about, taking over the land. So I felt more responsibilities to speak out. So I never had Instagram before October 7th. October 8th, I opened an account, a public account, inviting people from all over the world to have conversations, to talk about what's happening, if they had questions to ask me. And I built such beautiful friendship from people all over that I've never met. And it was so heartwarming, because for me as a Palestinian, I'm like, it's like shocking to me to know that people actually care.
Right.
And that they want to do something, and they want to learn.
Yeah.
Like, people really want to learn when they didn't know anything before October 7th. Like, now it kind of like opened up so many eyes. And I felt, even when I traveled, I always felt I had to represent. So if we're sitting in a conversation, I will always open the topic. You know?
Yeah.
I have to. Like, if you hear what's going on, what do you think is going on? What do you think is the future? How can we build a better future for everyone, you know?
Yeah.
And over the past 2 years, while I was traveling, I just felt so many people, because you know how the Irish, they say, in our millions, in our thousands, we are all Palestinians, right?
Right.
But I felt it everywhere I went. Like, everyone's like, we're all Palestinians now. We're not from Italy. We're not from America. We're Palestinians now. Our cause is Palestine. And you're like, wow, like, how did this turn? Like, how did this come about? And I think social media obviously was the reason.
Well, I think it's because it's so horrific what we've seen over the past couple of years too. It's almost become a symbol of a push for justice.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that's
wherever you're at, it's like it cannot get worse than what's happening in Gaza. So people everywhere that are struggling identify with that automatically.
So we do need to talk about it, and we do need to spread awareness as much as possible, because the next generation are going to be the ones in government and leading and so on and so forth. So informing them now, I feel, is our duty, and the truth, nothing but the truth, and it's all out there. So informing them, educating them is all part of changing, I think, to a better future, hopefully for everyone. You know?
Exactly. And keep it up too, because I don't know about you, maybe you've noticed the same thing, but people ask me questions still now today for the first time.
Instagram has decided that I was unsafe for community guidelines.
Oh.
I only had like 800 followers. Like, I'm a nobody, But I think I posted way too much about Gaza that they thought I was unsafe. So they deleted my account.
Right.
And I lost all these friends that I made, because I obviously only used to talk to them via Insta. So I lost them. Like, it's sad, but yeah, I mean, it did help me connect and open my eyes, because in my eyes, I thought, the West has no clue and they don't care.
Right.
But it also showed me, no, they're human beings and they do care and they do want to learn,
Yeah, I mean, I just for myself, growing up in a Christian Zionist home,
Yeah.
I was presented a completely different narrative.
Yeah.
And it was only upon reading things a little bit later and then actually meeting a couple of people that you start to realize the truth. And that's how it is with so many people.
Yeah,
So it's like-
absolutely.
and even now today, I think people are still waking up to that, because depending on what channel you're watching in America or what outlet you're watching or anywhere, not just America, if you're not seeing the side of the story, you haven't talked to a Palestinian.
Then you'll
Even now, how many Palestinian voices are amplified in
But
like American media.
exactly.
You know,
So
it's not nearly enough.
no, it's not.
Can I ask a little bit about your family again?
Please.
Like, how did you originally end up in Jordan? What was the path? Because everybody's got their story.
Everyone's got their story. You're right. So my dad and his family left from Ramle
Mm-hmm.
because they were saying they're coming to occupy in 48.
Okay, this is 48.
This is 48.
Okay.
She stood up.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah?
Is that right? Hannah, introduce your mother real quick. Your mother's name is?
Foz Al-Hanbali.
Welcome, Foos.
At that time, there is no media, no internet, no nothing. So nobody knows in the world what's happening in 48.
Right,
I
exactly.
think we are agree to go out and this use. They think that in all the world. So that's why our case is not strong.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So
She came in and she was like, no, we had a minute to leave and we were out.
yeah, so they were kicked out of their homes. My dad's family were kicked out of Ramle and they moved to Ramallah.
Okay.
Ramla is now the airport, the most important airport.
Right.
In Israel is Bangorian. It is in Ramla.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right? And Ramla. And their father and her father family,
Uh-huh.
they have a palace. They are very famous in Ramla. They're the most famous family
And
Ramla. Even Princess Anne came visit them in their palace.
Oh, wow.
They keep them, and it changed to affect a chemical factory. So what do you think they have? You know, they have a lot of farms of orange. Even they send it and import it to all Europe.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from Ramla and Jaffa.
Yeah.
Jaffa is a port.
Right.
Ramla, no, in the port, it's in the middle. It's only 1 hour.
Right.
So they have many hectares there. You call it in English.
ايش
Dunham, but in English.
Dunham, yeah, he knows.
Thousands they have. And it's
Huge lands.
they are very rich.
That's why you married my dad, because he.
No,
No, I'm joking.
he was 1 year old when he.
No, I'm joking, Mom. No, I'm like that. Families in Ramle
that time.
in that time.
And imagine the princess from England come visit and sleep in their palace because the weather beautiful,
Right.
even in winter, but in summer. Palestine is the best country in the world to have.
Look, weather-wise.
It's the 4 seasons: winter, autumn, spring, summer, and you can change from everyone in 1 hour.
Right. Yeah.
You are in the mountain, very cold. You want warm in winter, you go to the Dead Sea down.
Yeah.
You want sea. Now the most important thing, we don't have sea now.
Yeah.
We moved to the West Bank. There is no sea, no river, no water.
Right.
Just only for farmers, they bring it the water. But why we cannot enjoy our time? My grandmother and father, my grandmother and father, he have house in Jaffa.
Uh-huh.
It is near the port.
Yeah.
My grandfather was he working in the port. So
Uh-huh.
my mother told me, and my mother was maybe for 3 years old. She told me her house just in the window she can see the sea.
Yeah.
And she can swim. My grandfather swim. So when they moved to West Bank, they lost everything. No sea, no healthy life. You are immigrants.
Well, and your property too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but somebody like my mother and my grandmother, he have relative in West Bank. So they
Step there.
houses.
Yeah, your mom moved to Nablus. That's how your mom moved to Nablus. Yeah, from Jaffa.
That's why moving from very, very, very high quality house to very, very, very
Poor conditions.
Because there are 10 people in one room.
Yeah. Right.
So this is what he suffered a lot, really. And I remember everything because my grandfather told me, even when Israel occupied the West Bank, so we can't allow to go to the 48 as a trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
We go trip to Jaffa because my grandfather want to see his house.
Mm.
We knock the door. a Jewish woman opened. He said to her, please, I want 10 years. So I remember everything. This is in 1967, the other, when they occupied the West.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
I was 10 years, so I remember everything. We knocked the door and she came. I think from Yemen, she is a Jewish woman or Iraqi. Always when Israel come, they bring all the Jewish from all the
Right.
all the other
Just to populate.
Yeah, just to populate. Yeah.
Then she said, he asked her, please, I want to show my granddaughter where her mother lived and their room. She not agreed, just shut the door.
What?
No.
No, of course, Mama, you can't.
No.
But you can't
After
expect them to
my
let you.
grandfather, when we come back to Nablus,
Yeah, he had a
have a heart attack and die. Because he has believed, So that, we can't explain. There's a big, no, never in the world happened what happened to the Palestinians.
Yeah.
Even South Africa, 300 years, but they get their land back. Yes? We all over the world, we are spread all over the world now.
Yeah.
And we have, and still we are the only occupation now in the world. There's no occupation. Tell me which country is occupied now? Nothing.
Yes, it's the last colonial.
Yes.
Last colonial.
Yeah.
So it's you have an interview with me.
That was great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to put that part of that in there. That's beautiful.
When Fos came
No,
in.
that's what we need.
Yeah. See, I told you, I got her for a reason.
No, but it's like what she was talking about too. Like losing your home is part of you.
You always go back to it's a part of you.
Yeah.
You just want to go back, remember where you used to be, and I guess it's traumatizing, even for it's not as traumatizing for me because I obviously haven't lived those days with them.
Right.
Because so my mom's family side, they stayed living in Nablus, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was part of Jordan
Right.
at the time. So my mom used to go to university to Jordan, but go back and forth. So they always stayed in Nablus. And then her youngest brother was going to university in Jordan. Then her sisters were going to university this year. They got married. And then her father decided to move to Amman to stay close to the kids.
Yeah.
But they always stayed there. They never got out. They never wanted to leave their homes.
Right.
But that's the story of my dad. So from Ramallah, my dad and his sisters, they got offered jobs in Kuwait.
Okay.
And then my dad moved to Kuwait. He went to the States, actually. He got a scholarship in Urbana-Champaign in Chicago.
Ah.
He was an electrical engineer.
Yeah.
He was a very smart man. Rest his soul. So he went to Chicago. He was only 16 and he didn't speak a word of English. And the story I'll never forget. So he arrives and they gave him a number that someone he should call to help him out, find a place to stay. And there was an operator on the phone, like a recording. And he was like, hello. I was like, yes, please. Please press 1. He's like, hello, stop talking. And he kept on screaming, stop talking. I'm saying something and it's just a recording. And then the cops saw this. My dad's super angry at this phone. They're like, excuse me, are you okay? He's like, I'm trying. Stop talking. Like, she's not shutting up. They're like, yeah, that's a machine. That's not a real person. He's never heard of that before. So the cops were kind enough to take him to the address that he was looking for. And then my dad was so smart at math. He had a roommate. His roommate was American. Uh-huh. And the American's like, listen, let's do a deal. You teach me math. He's like, and I'll teach you how to be American. And if my dad was still alive, and if you spoke to him, he had the strongest American accent you can hear, like, yellow, how are you, cop? Hello, officer, wherever, he was, he lived there for 20 years. Mm-hmm. And then he got a job, got married, went to Jerusalem, met my mom. 3 days later, they were married.
3 days later?
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine. I told her, I'm like, so what made you go for him? And she's like, oh, he had hair and he spoke English. I was like, that were pretty simple values. But yeah, it was his hair and because speaking English was the big, huge thing. And with an accent, And I think he had a Cadillac as well. He came in with a Cadillac. So everyone was like, wow, who's this guy? And he took her to Kuwait right after they got married. And then we lived there. I was born there. And then the Gulf War happened and my dad had to leave another war. And we drove all the way to Saudi Arabia. We stayed there for a little bit. We flew to North Carolina, and then we moved to Amman after that.
What drew you back to Amman?
I think my father didn't feel the American values was what he wanted his kids to be raised with. He wanted more like the conservative family value kind of thing. Because apparently when I was going to the States, I went to school there. And one of the classes we were discussing about like Saddam and the war.
Right.
And we were kind of like pro-Saddam at that time. And we were like, I said what I thought about him. And the teacher's like, no, that's not allowed. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that, blah, blah. And then apparently when he came to pick me up from school, I ignored him and I kept him playing with my friends. And he's like, no, my daughter always used to come and hug me and kiss me. And like, I was always he was my world. So he felt how I kind of like left that behind and became more, less, like I wasn't interested in family when we were there. So he got nervous. He's like, you know what, maybe this is not the best place for my kids to be raised. So he went back since my mom's family live in Amman. So we came to Amman. The transition was really hard. I mean, we went to an empty apartment. There was no beds at first, like just the war and everything happened so quickly. And then slowly, my father, he lost everything that he almost made in Kuwait because his bank accounts were frozen with the war. So he had to start from scratch when he came to Amman. Like he had to work and apply to the UN to help him get some money that he had back in Kuwait. Like he was super stressed. And I remember those difficult times that we used to go to school. I couldn't take snacks or take money or go to the cinema because we didn't have the money. There were so many things I wasn't able to do because of that. And then slowly he rebuilt his company. He started working with Iraq and the States. So he made it again, like not like Kuwait, but he made it enough to make us live a very comfortable life. My dad, he really was such a hard worker. And I'm just like, wow, he's been through so many wars and so many changes. Like, I don't know if this generation can even handle 1% of what he's been through, from leaving when he was 16 years old to a country he's never been to, learn the language all by himself. Like, those days, they really went through hard times, but I think it really created a very strong personality,
Yeah. I mean, I think this generation could, though. The word, am I pronouncing it correctly? Sumud? Is that
Sumud. Yeah.
I mean, that comes to mind whenever I hear stories like this. But I think every human,
will be resilient at some point.
If you are put in
that situation, you're gonna do the same.
I think you have to do what you got to do. That's generally. True. But I mean, the Palestinians exemplify that, though. But for every story you hear about people like your father and your mother, there's also a story about a relative that has had a traumatic experience, and the story that she was telling about the heart attack. Yeah. When your relative saw
her grandfather who couldn't see his house being taken away.
I've heard that countless times.
They're human too.
They're human.
They're break and they're heartbroken and they're sad and they're depressed and I mean, it's a universal feeling for we're all the same, right? We're all humans who just want to feel safe. We all want to feel we have a community. We want to feel that we have our rights.
Connection to home too, your homeland.
I mean, it's funny. I went to Nablus with my mom when I was 4 years old, and there's a card, Lam Shamel, where she can go back and forth. And to give me one, we had to go down there and apply. But the Israeli embassy in Amman kept on rejecting my form, the visa. And she was like, but why? She has every right to go down with me. They're like, no, she's rejected this time. So they kept on rejecting it until I turned 16, because after 16, I'm considered an adult. Mm-hmm. I'm not under her name. And that just made it a lot harder for me to go in. So I couldn't go in after that. And then I have a U.S. passport. My brother was born in the U.S. I went through my U.S. passport for the first time at how old was I? 28 years old.
Did you get in the U.S. passport?
After 7-hour interrogation.
Yeah.
7-hour.
That sounds familiar.
They're like, you were born in Kuwait. Where were you before? I'm like, I was born in Kuwait. What's the name of your mom? What's the name of your dad? And then when they knew my mom was from Nablus, and they're like, does she still have relatives there? And I'm like, yes, she does. They're like, we want all the names. They're like, we want every family member. We want their names. We're going to go check their records. And then they would leave me in the room for hours. and then ask me again, why are you here? I'm like, isn't this a country that people can't visit? Like,
Right.
what do you mean, why? Am I not, like, I have to dump? Because I really wanted to get in, you know,
Yeah, of
I was willing
course.
to do whatever it takes. And the minute I got out, I don't know what, of course I cried because I couldn't believe that I was there. You know, I couldn't believe I was actually in Palestine for the first time at 29, because I always talk about it and I hear about it, but I never saw it. So when I finally did, I understood why every war is after it, because it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, but it was sad because you see the priest and you see the sheikh, and then you see the rabbi. They're all walking on the same stairway, and it's so beautiful. You're like, but this is livable. We can all live together. Like there's no
reason for it.
there's no reason not for it to work out. You know, even my mom would tell me stories of some Jewish neighbors they used to have a long time ago, before Israel was a state. They're like, we used to live in peace all the time. So it is livable, and I saw it in my own eyes, and I thought it was so beautiful even to see them on the same staircase. So it broke my heart that it wasn't the case. And then it was only 2 days. I was only able to stay there for 2 days. And then I left. I haven't been back since.
So just that one time?
That was the one time that I visited. That was it. And I'm sure those 7 hours, a lot of people who stayed were like, listen, I don't want to go in. I give up. I didn't give up.
Yeah.
I was like, this could take all day. I have the right to go in as an American, right? I didn't have the right as a Jordanian. They refused me. But I was like, as an American, they're going to have to let me in.
Yeah.
And it did work as an American.
Right.
So to go back there, I had to be another citizen, go through 2 wars to be able to go. Like, it's crazy if you think about it, right?
How do you think it goes from here, where we're sitting in September of 2025?
Oh my
What do you
God.
think? What do you think happens from here?
Tim, I'm a hopeful person. I'm
Yeah.
optimistic. I see the only solution for me is a one-state solution. I don't even, me as a Palestinian and with all the stories that I've heard, I don't mind even having an Israeli citizenship and being called Israel, as long as I have my rights living like I live in the States, like I live in Canada, like any other country. It shouldn't be an ethno-religious state. It should be like any other country, and I am more than happy to carry an Israeli citizenship if I have every right to travel whenever I want there, go in and out, take my kids, buy a house if I want to, work like any other country in the world.
Yeah, of
Tim.
course. Yeah.
That's the only solution, and I think everyone will agree to this. And I think this will be the future, where they're going to have to accept us and not have this apartheid system and walls and streets where everyone's just living side by side like normal human beings can, because it's possible. We're living here in Jordan with so many ethnicities and backgrounds. You see it in the States. You see it in... Everyone is just doing their own thing. Why shouldn't it be any different there? We are for peace, and we are for to live side by side.
And we're for people to have a right to go back there, too. If
Absolutely.
History is originally
Even
from
just as tourists. Like,
yeah.
It shouldn't take me 7 hours to go inside.
And that's what your initiative, Cycling for Gaza, is about, too. So,
Absolutely. It's the right to return.
yeah. So remind
You know?
people about that again. They can go to, it's cyclingforgaza-2025?
Yeah.
Okay.
.com, and then you see all the participants who are registered this year for the Cycle for Return, and you choose anyone you want. You can donate through their page, and all of this goes to Ajial Foundation, where they help children and families find homes, tents, and food in Gaza.
And choose Hana Farouqi.
And choose Hana
While you're at
Farouqi, please.
Or really, anybody from Jordan would
Yeah.
want to support our Jordanians, too. It's a
make
great
make
effort.
our Jordanians proud, people, please. Thank you.
That's right. Hana Farouqi, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for having me today.